In this episode, we're going to be racking the wine. I ordered my wine bottles. I've got about 8.5 gallons of wine. It's going to take about 40 bottles. Stay tuned and I'll show you my method of racking this wine from this demijohn. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I want to bring you guys in and do the final step of my winemaking. Now, earlier, about mid-part of last year during the fall harvest, I harvested my grapes. I took you guys through the different steps of sanitizing everything, all my equipment, and the different products that I use for processing the grapes and turning them into the juice, which I put in this 9-gallon demijohn. So I set it out and let it ferment naturally without having to add the nitrates. I have a sensitivity to nitrates, so I'm doing it totally, I think it's called kosher. Yeah. Now I did go online and I ordered 48 bottles, which this, I calculated 8.5 gallons will fill up about 40 bottles. So these are the brand new bottles. I've got to sanitize them. And to sanitize them, I'm using this Star San sanitizer. You only need a couple of ounces in a container, and I'm going to be pouring it in each bottle and dumping the contents of the bottle into another bottles. That way it just sanitizes it. Do not rinse. You don't need to rinse it because Star Sans is food grade. I also went to my publisher and had them print out 50 labels. These are updated labels. Same labels that I had from a couple of years back, but I updated the year. I also bought a packet of 100 corks. So I have plenty of corks, and to put those corks in the bottles you need a corker, and so I've got this device that actually sets the corks inside the bottle. I'll demonstrate how that works. And I purchased these PVC heat shrink capsules which go over the wine and seals the bottles. Yeah, so I'm going all out here. Plus I have my racking kit for getting the wine out of the demijohn and into the glass bottles. And then we'll store the glass bottles in a nice, appropriate place. Now, I'll go ahead and leave links down below for all the products I'm using here on this show. So you guys who you want to do something, an adventure in winemaking, you just click on the links down below and it takes you right to the site and they'll deliver it right to your door. First thing I want to do is get my Star Sans ready, and to do this, take that lid off. This is how it works, and you squeeze it till you get enough in this little chamber right here, and then you're ready to use it. 1 ounce per 5 gallons. So you only need about a half a teaspoon of this stuff because it's concentrated. And it's going to foam up really good. So you add hot water. And I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to put a little bit in each bottle. That's all you need, because you just need to coat the surface of the inside of the bottle, and that will sanitize anything that's in there. These came directly from the factory. Now to sanitize each of these bottles, I'm just going to rotate that around. And do it with each bottle. That way the entire surface on the inside of the bottle gets coated. And then repeat for all your boxes of bottles until all of them are sanitized. And then repeat for the bottom row. Done with that. Okay, we're not done with this yet. We still have to sterilize the inside of this tube. And sterilize the outside of the tube. That's it. The next item on the agenda is rack. Rack the bottles. So I'm going to remove this carefully. This is the bubbler. And carefully set this down inside. It's all been sterilized inside and out. And we start the racking process. The purpose of racking wine like this with those long tubes, you don't want to introduce a lot of air bubbles into the bottle, because that leads to microbes getting in there and causing the wine to become bad while it's after it's bottled in the container. So that's why you want to be very careful about doing this. Okay, that's it. 42 bottles that this 9 gallons produced. Of course, there's some the sediment at the bottom that I don't want to use. Okay, I gotta wash all this stuff out. And yeah, there's a lot of sludge down there. So yeah, this demijohn's much lighter. But I'm going to let this sit here in the sink and drain out, and we'll sanitize that later. But I got to get the corks in these bottles. That's the next step. Add the cap, heat up some water, and shrink wrap the cap. Got to heat this up, make it sure it's hot, hot, hot for the next two boxes, and we'll just be right back. Because the heat is what shrinks these little shrinkable wraps that finalize the top of the wine bottle. We're not done yet. We're going to finalize these bottles with these, and then we'll be back and we'll apply the labels. Yeah, and then they're ready to gift out. I'm not going to sit there and drink all of it. Ooh. Okay, we reheated. Okay, I ran out of the burgundy top ones, so I'm going with the black ones. Doesn't make any difference. If I was making different wines, then I would make sure I have all the same color. But this is just only one kind of wine. I know what the vintage is. And besides, I know what the label is. Because that's what we're going to do next, is we're going to finish putting caps on the last case of bottles. And then I'll be back and we'll be applying labels. So I have exactly 40 bottles, that 8.5 gallons of grapes that I formulated into wine made. And I ordered 48 bottles, 4 cases of 12 each. So I had 48 bottles, so I'll have 8 extra bottles. And then my labels, I ordered 50. So I have more than enough. And then some labels we'll go ahead and apply to the outside of the boxes as well. Mission accomplished. Let's do a taste test. All right, clarity. I have other bottles that are clearer. This must be from the bottom of the demijohn. But yeah, I do have other bottles that are really clear because they came from the top and through the middle. So this is bottom skimmings. Well, let's see how the bottom skimmings taste. It is a rosé. It's a dry rosé, and it's got the aroma. I didn't put any wood chips in that. I thought I would do the oak chips to give it some age, like with the oak. But I decided just to do straight grapes and some yeast and some sugars, and that's all I used on this recipe. No nitrates. So that concludes this video on winemaking. This episode was just racking the wine and bottling the wine. I'll leave links down below so you guys can purchase the bottles and the other equipment I used and featured in this video. Also check out the other two videos I produced. Is the one with harvesting the grapes and rendering the grapes. Below those videos, in the description, there is products that I used in the video in production of the wine, the fruit. So check those out. And then the previous video to this, I did the hydrometer test. Yeah, drink it slowly. It's a little bit higher in alcohol than regular wine, because this is a dry rosé and it's up there on the top as far as alcohol content, just the way I like it. Anyway, stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing, clicking that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Hey, give us a thumbs up, share my videos on your social media platforms, helps us out. Remember, be safe, always be kind. I'll see you guys in my next adventure. I think next year I'll just make grape juice. And maybe some jam. We'll see. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.